Hello and welcome to this presentation. In this discussion, we shall be looking at the circle and its properties. Now before we proceed, make sure you hit on the subscribe button, comment, like and share this video. Doing this will actually make me happy and of course will be a motivation to me to continue producing videos like this. Let me also use this opportunity to announce my BECE past question series, or in short, our examination command center. If you're a parent, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that your child can be part of this movement. This series shall be a mutual platform to address all students' problems in relation to the exam. All past questions shall also be solved to help them better prepare. Thank you. Let us begin with this particular point. We're making it a fixed point. Alright, and then from this point we draw a line as shown on the screen. Now we are going to rotate this line about this very fixed point, okay, to form a figure. And I'm sure you pretty know that it is going to form a circle. So what would we say is a circle? A circle is a set of all points equal in distance from the fixed point known as a center. This set of points that form the boundaries of the circle is known as the circumference, as you can see on the screen. So the rounded boundary of the circle is simply known as the circumference. Now that we have finished looking at the circumference, let us now focus our attention on other parts of the circle. Next, let's look at the radius. The radius is the distance from the center to any point on the circumference. Okay? So we represent it using a line segment from the center to any point on the circumference. It can be any point on the circumference. Any point on the circumference. Okay? So it's the distance from the center to any point on the circumference. Next, let us look at the chord. The chord refers to any line segment that joins 2 points on the circumference on the circle. So as you can see on the screen, the line you are seeing there represents the chord. Alright, it doesn't need to be at any specific place, it can be anywhere. Once it's a straight line that connects 2 points on the circumference, we can call it the chord. Okay, now let's look at the diameter. The diameter is also a special chord, but this chord passes through the center. Okay, it is a special chord that passes through the center. Now there's one thing you need to note about this. Let me reintroduce the radius so that we can make an observation. Do you realize that the radius is simply equal to half the diameter? So as you can see, this is 1/2 of the diameter and the other half of the diameter. So 2 times the radius is simply equal to the diameter. Next, let's now look at the arc. The arc refers to any portion of the circumference. So it is represented by the figure you see on the screen. Any portion of the circumference is known as the arc. It can be very small, it can be big, it can be huge, it can be of any size. So any portion of the circumference is known as the arc. When the arc is less than half the circumference of the circle, it is called a minor arc. But when it is more than half of the circumference of the circle, it is called a major arc. I hope you get that correct. Next, let us now look at what is known as a sector. A sector simply refers to the region bounded by 2 radii and a portion of the circumference, or a region bounded by any 2 radii and an arc, as you can see on the screen. Once again, when this portion is more than half the circle, it is called a major sector. But when the sector is less than half of the circle or half of the area of the circle, it is called a minor sector. Take note of these key terms. Next, we'll now look at the segment. The segment refers to any portion of the circle bounded by a chord and an arc. Okay? Any region bounded by a chord and an arc, as you can see on the screen. It can be big, it can be small. I hope you have quickly understood some of these things we are looking at. So I hope from now onwards, when you are asked to describe the circle, it becomes very easy for you. Thank you.